What's up, everybody? Welcome to Neighborly Discourse ND Reacts. Neighborly Discourse reacts, Billy reacts to Bill Burr's latest special. I believe it's called Live at Red Rocks. I've seen a few people talk about it. It's showing up in a couple of my social media feeds, little clips here and there. Some stuff about abortion, some stuff about feminism. So I figure I'll check it out, find it, record those clips, react to those clips, and go from there. Now, Bill Burr, very funny. Definitely, again, left-leaning, but comedy is a way for people to think. You know, Steve and I talked about it. You'll hear it on the upcoming podcast, that comedy is it's like the left are trying to attack comedy because it's funny, but it makes you think. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't take it seriously except for the content is serious, and it'll get into your head. It's why they're going after it so hard. And you'll see, I saw, again, two clips, one on feminism, one on abortion. Very funny. Again, Bill Burr, vulgar. You know, so if you get a problem with language, turn it off now. You know, I'm not going to go through and edit it out, the profanity. It's a lot. And if you don't want to listen, you know, so be it. But it's going to be on YouTube, the video, the reaction. It's going to be the podcast. Listen to it, maybe 20 minutes long. First part about 7-8 minutes about about feminism. And then it's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 minutes at the end about abortion. Pretty funny stuff. Again, I've seen clips. I've not seen the whole thing. So let's check it out and see what we got here.
Can't stand. And they haven't put out an album in a few years. You're like, oh, good. Did they quit? Did they break up? And all of a sudden they come out with some more shit. And you're like, oh, fuck, what is it now?
Talking about feminism. Feminists.
I'm just fucking with you. Feminism doesn't bug me. You know, it doesn't bother me. I'm not afraid of it or anything like that. You know, for the simple fact that I know it's going to fail, you know? And I take comfort in that. I do. I'm not rooting for it because...
I'm not rooting for it, to a certain extent.
Yeah. Do you know why I think it's not going to survive? I mean, why it's not going to be successful anyways? Because they still need men's help to make it happen. I don't understand it. I don't understand why women just can't work with each other and make this shit happen. They keep...
You know, we've talked about that a few times on here, or just in general. I mean, Amy, she tries to teach Briella, you know, like, don't talk down to another woman or don't make fun of people in general. But she had made a point the other day. She's like, I don't want her to be someone who attacks someone just because. And she said, like, a woman attacking another woman, which is interesting because, I mean, Amy's not like that. I think it's an overall be respectful to people, but she doesn't want, you know, she recognizes, I believe anyway, that women attack women first, opposed to everybody else. They have like a DNA genetic thing to just attack another woman. It's strange. So she's trying to teach Briella to not be that way. And I believe he touches on it here. I think it's this one. I'm not seeing it, but he talks about that. But that being said, you know, it's going to fail. They need men's help. So far, he's not wrong.
Coming to us like, you more men need to care about this issue. Where are the men to stand up and say something? Like, why do I have to fucking say something? This is your fucking problem. Why are you always dragging us into this shit? I saw a woman a couple months back, professional soccer player, right? She goes on to ESPN or one of these sports channels, and she starts bitching, going like, I don't understand. How come female athletes don't make as much as male professional athletes?
Because nobody watches your sport.
All of these men
We know
had to
that.
sit there and act like they didn't know what the answer was. They had to sit there like dumbfounded, like, oh, I don't know. What is that?
Could you imagine? Because we all know what it is. You don't sell the tickets. Most sport contracts are based on revenue, money in, you know, concessions, ticket sales, all that stuff. So if you don't have anybody coming to your games, watching your product, you don't have any revenue. That's how you make money in sports and most things. Products sold, goods exchanged for money, and you make money. That's what you do. So yeah, he's like, oh, the guys on ESPN or whatever sports thing you're talking about, they're like, oh, why aren't you making any money? They know the reason. Nobody watches their sport.
I'm sitting at home screaming at the TV because you don't sell any fucking tickets. Nobody is going to women's soccer games.
Bro, he's not wrong.
20,000 seat arena, 1,500 people show up. That's not a good night.
Nope.
The promoter lost his fucking ass on that gig. I'm not saying no professional female athletes, Serena Williams, the women in the UFC, you know. But nobody's watching your fucking sport.
You know what? I never thought about that before. They're pissed off at soccer, women's team sports, stuff like that. But look at Venus and Serena, especially Serena. She's all over the place. Commercials, Grand Slam champion. Like, she's making money. You know, people watch that. She's dominant, and people like tennis. She's good. Women's soccer, yeah, it's dominant. But for the most part, soccer is boring unless you're a crazy, crazy fan, super into it fan. It's boring for most people in America where they're trying to generate their money. UFC, they have a blanket deal where everybody competes, everybody makes their money. I do believe maybe you can get certain endorsements, certain people, but they're good. People are watching that because it's an interesting sport. People want to watch it. Nobody wants to watch soccer. Nobody wants to watch the WNBA. They're boring, in my opinion, and based on the numbers and everybody's opinion.
And fucking men, they keep doing that shit. Why are you yelling at us? It's not our fucking job. It's not my fucking job to give a fuck about women's soccer, okay? I have men's sport to pay attention to. It's your bullshit, right? Dude, look at the WNBA. Dude, nobody in the WNBA got COVID. Nobody. They have been playing in front of 300 to 400 people a night for a quarter of a century.
Not wrong.
Not to mention, it's a male-subsidized league. We gave you a fucking league. None of you showed up. Where are all the feminists? That place should be packed with...
You know, this is a clip that I saw about the WNBA. You're preaching feminism, women support women, all this kind of stuff. So why aren't you going to the games? Why aren't you out there supporting your women's sports? You know, the NBA subsidizes, gives a whole bunch of money to the WNBA to make it viable. They do interactions, an all-star game, you know, men and women versus men and women, you know, like teams. Nobody watches it. They're trying their best to generate interest. For over 25 years, nobody sees it. It's not interesting. People don't like fundamental basketball. Okay? Like you watch European leagues. There's very little dunking behind the back showmanship. It's chest passes, bounce passes, layups. It's fundamental as it can be. It doesn't fly in America. America is more flashy. Women's basketball is not, no one's dunking. If they do, it's some tall, skinny woman who can touch the rim already. She's not jumping. She's not 3 feet in the air flying through the, you know, she's just standing and dunking. It's not interesting to people.
Faces painted, wearing jerseys, slashing their titties, going fucking nuts like the guys do in the upper deck with their big beer titties. Am I on the jumbotron?
Yeah. Where are they?
None of you went to the fucking games.
No, they don't.
You failed them. Not me. Not men. Women failed the WNBA. Ladies, name your top 5 all-time WNBA players of all time. Come on.
There's nobody.
Let's hear. Name 5 WNBA.
I know Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Diana Taurasi. I know Brittany Griner because she got in trouble, but I kind of knew her before. And I just watch casual football here and there. I mainly know this stuff from, and again, the ladies I'm naming, except for Brittany Griner, Diana Taurasi, I believe, still plays, but she was part of UConn when they won like a whole 4 or 5 undefeated seasons in a row, 80-something straight games, something along those lines. That was like 20 years ago, and she's still playing basketball. So Rebecca Lobo, Lisa Leslie, they were like the inaugural WNBA players. Those are all the ones that I know. And I think we're down here in Miami. Maybe I think we have Miami Soul. I think is our women's basketball team. I don't know.
Name the WNBA team in your fucking city. You can't do it.
I think ours is the Miami Soul, or that's the soccer team maybe.
Fuck about them. They play night in and night out in front of nobody. It's a fucking tragedy, right? And then meanwhile, you look at the Kardashians. They're making billions.
Yep.
You look at those Real Housewife shows. They're making money hand over fist because that's what women are watching. And the money listens. You don't want to watch this
Follow
shit.
the money.
They just shoot it over there, drowning these whores in money. Horses and shoes and Botox. It's just raining. It's raining money.
It's not wrong.
So, the money listens. You'd rather watch that shit. Real Housewives, bunch of women just tearing each other down. Well, maybe that's why your husband left you. Maybe that's why your husband left. That's why you can't have kids, bitch. That's why your ass is as flat as your titties, bitch, right? That's the message you sent. We would rather watch that than see a bunch of women come together as a team and try to achieve a common goal. We would rather watch them absolutely fucking destroy each other. Yeah.
That is hilarious. That's it. I get what he's saying. Oh, that's a lot of noise. That's not really, what they're selling, but the point is made. People flock to watch them tear each other apart, talk crap, see how much money they have, how they live their life, rather than watching a group of women team up together and try to accomplish something. I mean, that's a great observation. I find it personally funny. I think he's on point with that. You'd rather watch them tear each other apart than succeed as a group. That's interesting. So that's the feminine stuff. So like I said, feminism, it's not like one of the guys I listen to music-wise is Tom McDonald. He's got some good political stuff. And rapper, face tattoos, but he has a good political message. And some of the stuff, like he says, feminism, all it is just hate guys nowadays. 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago I wasn't around back, 50, 60 years ago. Maybe there was a problem with inequality in pay and women and all that stuff. But that was an actual fight for equality. Now no matter what the media tells you, people are equal out there. So now there's nothing else to fight for. So they make stuff up. They lie about, women make less money than men. Per year, that's most likely correct because per year, women take time off to go to kids' field trips, volunteer at schools. When a kid gets sick, they call mom. So they take more time off from work. They make the same salary for the same job, depending on education, if you get a bump with your degree or something along those lines. But women don't make less just because they're a woman. They get less money because they take more time off because they're more family-oriented. The guy will work, the woman will take the time off. That's how it is. That's how it usually is. So they talk all this stuff about, feminism and nowadays there's no longer a good cause. It's just talking crap. Let's see. I'm getting to my next timestamp. Oh, right. I think I got it right here. 1620. This is about the abortion. So let's see what he has to say about that.
So anyway, I know I said a lot of divisive shit here tonight. So before I get out of here, I want to, let's bring the room together. It's a very divisive time. Everyone wants to feel safe. Let's do a nice, normal, mainstream topic so everybody can drive home happy, no fights, all right?
All right, let's see. Let's go.
Let's talk abortion.
It's a great setup.
Everybody has an opinion. It's my body, it's my right. Well, then fucking drive to Arkansas, bitch!
Everybody does.
And I apologize that you're going to have to listen to mine. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I have a really weird take on abortion. I'm going to tell you that right from the get-go, okay? I'm 100% pro-choice. Always have been. It's ladies, I said it was weird. For the love of God, stop getting in the trunk of the car.
That's funny.
Wait to the end. You're supposed to vet me first. Woo! Fucking feet out the sunroof. I said I had a wait take. Pro-choice always made sense to me because I don't like people telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, it's your body. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do with your body? So that always made sense.
That's how I look at it. I 100%. That's my thought, with no questions asked. That's exactly my thought. Who am I to tell you what to do with your body? You know what I'm saying? That's my mentality.
All right. However, I still think you're killing a baby.
Also true.
See? That's where it gets weird.
Yeah, no one laughed in the crowd.
I sit on the fence and the whole thing makes sense to me. Whatever anybody's saying, like, don't tell you what to do. It's my body, my choice. That's right, man. She's right. Leave it the hell alone. Or you're killing a baby. Well, I mean, there is that. You know? I mean, you know, if we're going to be honest, that is the whole purpose of the procedure. You know, you're not going in there because you got an earache. You're going in there because you're like, I got a baby in me, get it the fuck out of here. Right? You walk in with a baby, you come out without one. What happened to the baby, right?
Valid point. You go in, you come out, something drastically has changed. You got rid of a baby, a pregnancy. You can call it a clump of cells, however you word it. You had an abortion. The life growing inside of you is gone. So you can be pro-choice, but you can't ignore the fact that you ended a potential life by getting an abortion. I think that's what he's getting at here.
Something fucking happened. So, pro-choice people are like, well, it's not a life yet. It's not a baby yet. If you do, I don't know what they say. Before you do it the first Thursday or the last Tuesday, you spin around one time. They dance between the racetracks. It's not a baby yet. That's what they say, which may or may not be true.
That's what he means by that is some states 6 weeks, some states 15 weeks, some states the doctor says whatever's a viable fetus. Like all this crazy stuff. He's like, yeah, well on a Tuesday, but if it ends with a Y, you get to spin around 3 times. Like what arbitrary number are you assigning to determine if it is a baby or not? That's what he's joking at here, and it's true. What makes it a baby, so to speak?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'll tell you, my gut tells me that doesn't make sense. It's not a baby yet. That would be like if I was making a cake and I poured some batter in a pan and I put it in the oven, and then 5 minutes later you came by and you grabbed the pan, you threw it across the floor, and I went, what the fuck, you just ruined my birthday cake. And then you were like, well, that wasn't a cake yet. It's like, well, it would have been. If you didn't do what you just did, there would have been a cake in 50 minutes. Something happened to that cake, you cake murdering son of a bitch. Right?
That's a great way to set that up. Yeah, I don't have a cake yet, but I've got the batter, I've got the mixture, I've got everything in the pan. I'm doing all I'm supposed to be doing. The analogy, a bun in the oven. I made the cake. All the ingredients are there. It's in the oven. It's cooking. You come out. You throw it across the floor. That's not a cake. Well, it would have been a cake had you not gotten rid of it. I mean, and that's a great way to, if you want to get someone about is it a baby, is it not a baby, whatever it is, I'm going to make a cake. I'm going to bake myself a cake, a birthday cake. We're all going to enjoy it. And you come chuck it out of the oven after about 10 minutes of a 30, 40-minute cooking process. You stopped the cake from growing. It would have been a cake. It would have been fine. You ended up screwing it up. I like where he's going next. I see in the end of this. Some people may not. I find it I find it funny, and I also find it interesting.
Now, before all you pro-life people get excited, I think it's great you're killing your babies. It's fantastic. Help Mother Nature out. There's too many of us.
Overpopulation.
30 degrees out. Animals are going extinct. There's plastic in the fucking ocean. fucking people, and especially, you know, if you're honest with yourself, have you done anything great with your life? Is the person
That's funny.
doing anything great? If the answer to both of those questions is no, what are the odds you're going to make a great person? I'm not saying you're going to make a bad person. You're just going to make another person that doesn't go when the light turns green because they're staring at their fucking phone. All right, I'm out of time. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, man, that is good. You're just going to make another person because when the light, another person that doesn't go when the light turns green. Now, my guess is that was somehow weaved in and out of the stand-up. I didn't watch the whole stand-up. I just saw these couple clips and decided I wanted to check that out. So again, if you are being objective and you want to listen to people, we agree with the abortion part. You have to listen to the overpopulation part. You can't just get your message and put it out there and say, look, he's against abortion, where he's not. I mean, he might be, because leading up to this guy, I was skipping through trying to get to the times the right way. He had maybe 20 minutes prior to this talking about kids, his kid, how he feels about kids, things like that. He recently, I think his kid's now 4 or 5 years old. He's in his 50s, so he had a kid very late in life, and he always talks about how, like, holy crap, I never, knew what having a kid meant or how it goes. But it's like, wow, type thing. But he's, again, I think I said in the beginning, he's left-leaning. He is not a conservative. I do think his thoughts on abortion come from recently having a kid. And his thoughts, regardless of why he thinks you should have an abortion, again, overpopulation, he thinks too many people are causing too much, like global warming or climate change, maybe too many people, too much hot breath going around, carbon dioxide, all the stuff, who knows? He thinks that if you're an okay person and the person you're with is an okay person, what are the chances you're going to have an exceptional person? You may not have a bad person, but you're going to have just a person. Do we need more just people out there? And listen, that's an interesting take. That's his thoughts, not necessarily mine. You've heard Steve and I talk. I do believe kind of an overpopulation, kind of. Again, it's I wouldn't say we're in areas that are overpopulated because we can't get to other parts of the country, other parts of the world, which is why I don't believe in climate change is significantly or may even like a microscopically affected by people. We live on 10 to 15% of 1/3 of the world. So 2/3 of the world is water, 1/3 is land. Of that 1/3, people inhabit 10 to 15%, give or take. So I don't think we contribute. So when you say we're overpopulated, we might be pushing the limits in some areas for sure. Like you've seen images of New York, people shoulder to shoulder. That could be considered overpopulated. But there's available space in upstate New York. There's available space in Connecticut. Certain, in the rural areas, there's available space. So when you say overpopulated, no, we have room to go. Some people just want to be in certain areas, making it look overpopulated. So, but as a joke, listen, to have the abortion, we're at capacity already. Go for it. I can see where people can see that as a real thought and find it funny. I found it funny because, again, one thing people fail to realize. And if you listen to this and you're yelling at the video or listening and yelling at it, this is comedy. There is levels of silliness mixed in with serious topics, with topics of today. Like you said, we were divisive. We're going to pull everyone together in one good mainstream topic, abortion. That's the joke. He's not lying. It is a mainstream topic. People have thoughts about it. And you move on with it. So I thought that was very interesting. So the feminism stuff, the first part of it, again, always blaming men for not showing up and supporting women. I thought feminism was women supporting women. So why are you complaining that we're not going to watch the WNBA, we're not watching women's soccer? You spend all your time trying to cancel the NFL, trying to force women into the NFL. Stop. Leave us alone. You put that energy into watching WNBA, going to those games, going to women's soccer, watching women's soccer. Put your energy in, instead of trying to destroy stuff men like, support the women you say need support. The abortion thing, again, great analogy. Bake the cake, take it out 5 minutes after putting it in the oven, you get a bunch of goo. Had you left it alone, you would have had a cake. You have something growing inside you, a fetus growing inside you, a baby growing inside you. Is it a baby upon conception and fertilizing the egg? Personally, no, it's not. It's not a baby. It's a clump of cells. It is a growing fetus. It is something that is alive and left alone will become a baby. And that's something I heard too. Like the left, we might put a quick meme out or something about those things. They don't say abortion. They say women's health care. They don't say baby or, they say clump of cells. They say, women's health care as opposed to what it is. You screwed up. Like Planned Parenthood is unplanning parenthood. I wonder if anybody ever, we've said that a few times on the show before. You have it called Planned Parenthood to eliminate being a parent. How come people don't pay attention to this kind of stuff? They say all the words, women's health, I had it written down. I didn't come in here to do that. But it's an abortion. It's not women's health. They try to dress it up to make it sound better than what it is. It is an abortion. It is the termination of a pregnancy. Regardless of your thoughts on it, as far as what you want to call it, women's health, you are terminating a pregnancy. What is the reason for that? And that's where the debate is. Some people, there's no reason for it. Some people, 100% abortion all day long. Most of us are in the middle or can see the other side. Well, I'm going to say most of us because this is a very divisive thing. I'm with Bill Burr on this one. I see both sides. No one should tell you what to do with your body. But you are killing a potential baby. You are ending a life. Okay, me personally, it's not a baby 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. Just my opinion. A baby is something developed. These are in the developing stages. It is going to be a baby. You are ending a life, whether it's a baby, hands, arms, 2 eyes, 2 noses, all that stuff. There is life inside of you, and you are choosing to end it. You can't debate that. You cannot argue that, though, again, that's what the left try to do. It's women's health care. No, it's not health care. Women's health care is a mammogram. It's going to the gynecologist, pap smears, checking that kind of stuff. That's women's health care. Cervical cancer, breast cancer. Having an abortion is not health care. You screwed up most likely. Again, it ain't the 2% of women who are raped and incest. We're not talking about them. Again, 2% of the country. It's everybody else. Again, have your thoughts at @n_discourse, Twitter, Getter, Instagram, Truth Social. Find us on Facebook, Neighborly Discourse of Billy and Steve. Talk to us. Steve is a devout Christian. No way, shape, and form do you have an abortion. Okay? We're similar when it's a medical procedure where the mother will die because there's something wrong with the pregnancy and you have to save her by aborting the pregnancy. To me, to us, that's not an abortion. There's not ending a life simply because. It is a choice to save a life because something has gone wrong with the pregnancy. To me, to us, that's a medical procedure. And I will not change my mind on that. I understand what you're saying. This could be contradictory. I get it. But it is not an abortion. You do not have sex the night before, get pregnant. I'm young, I'm dumb, my guy left me, I need an abortion. No. You planned everything the right way. You're married, good house, good kid, good job. You have an ectopic pregnancy. You have, something's gone wrong or you're going to die. So you have to do something to save your life, which is remove the embryo that's killing you. That's not an abortion. You are removing something that is killing you. An abortion is a baby not born yet, and you're getting rid of it for whatever inconvenience it causes you. That's an abortion. It is not a women's health care procedure. It is a woman screwed up most of the time procedure, in my opinion. It's my opinion. You can have your own. I'm not going to tell you you're stupid or you're ignorant or you're a baby murderer. No, that's people who do that, they're nuts, in my opinion. Your life is your life. Can you live with the consequences of your actions? Yes or no? Think about it. That's all. Don't hate someone because they disagree with you. Don't blindly follow someone because you like them. Just think for yourself. That's all. So that's it. Billy Reacts, Andy Reacts, YouTube, Rumble. The video will be on there. The podcast will be out. Reaction. Bill Burr, live at the Red Rocks. Again, raunchy, but funny in my opinion. So that's it, man. You guys have a great day.